Good evening and welcome back to Cecil TV. I'm Hannah Rodenbaugh and it's Monday, March 27th. I'm here with Mr. Bill Kilby from the Cecil Land Trust. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about what the Cecil Land Trust does.
Well, just a basic explanation is that we have a mission statement that says that we are here to conserve farmland, forest land, and water resources in Cecil County. And we do that by putting conservation easements on basically farmland and forest land. And so that conservation easement is what allows the farm to stay in agricultural production for perpetuity. And so just basically keeps it from the conservation values intact without more housing.
So one of your big events of the year is the annual Cycle for Cecil coming up later this month, or later in April. April 22nd. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we started doing that out of an idea that we wanted to be able to show taxpayers how their money is being spent on preserving land. Mm-hmm. And so what we do is we have 3 different routes through northern Cecil County, northern and western Cecil County, and it goes from Fair Hill, the longest one, to the Susquehanna River and back, which is 65 miles. And then there's an intermediate one of 35 miles and a shorter one of 15 miles. But all of it goes past the farms that we've preserved and farms that other groups have preserved. And it also, you'll see some of the stream restoration work that we've done.
Nice. So on April 22nd, from starting around 8 from 8 to 9:30 a.m., they'll be meeting up at the County Fairgrounds, entrance 2 on Telegraph Road in Elkton. And there's a $40 pre-registration fee or a $50 day of registration. And you can go to www.cecillandtrust.org to find out more, or call Alyssa Webb at 410-441-3717. So aside from the Cycle for Cecil that's coming up in April, we also, you mentioned that one of your part of your mission is to put easements on those agricultural lands. And you mentioned that there was just one put in on the Mason farm, right, which is near our studio. So tell us about that.
Well, this past year, we tried to do at least 2 a year. And we did the Haynes farm, family farm near Rising Sun, mm-hmm, which is also on 273. And we did one on the Masons farm on 273 at Blue Ball. And the significance of 273 is that what we're looking at is trying to preserve as much land in what was called the Nottingham lots, mm-hmm, which was a grant from William Penn just about 300 years ago, or over 300 years ago now, to Quaker farmers who came over. There were 35 lots, 18,000 acres, and we're trying to keep those lots alive, so to speak, and sustainable farming. So, you know, when you think about it, those farms that we preserve have been farmed for 300 years, which is, in my view, and I suppose most anybody's view, sustainable. Mm-hmm. And that's our goal, is to keep these really good soils, keep them producing. And so the Masons have a farm on the Mason-Dixon line, and the cow barn is actually in Pennsylvania, but a lot of their land is in Maryland. Mm-hmm. And so an interesting thing we just found out is that Masons have the highest producing cow in the United States. And so we wanted to kind of make a big deal out of it, because that doesn't happen every day. You know, mm-hmm, a cow doesn't make good every day. I mean, she's done a great job. And we wanted to celebrate with the people of Cecil County to let them know how this all fits together. This sustainable dairy that the Masons have, and this cow that's producing all this milk is apparently going to be around for a little bit longer, and she's going to continue to be a record breaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's already, really unbelievable how much it is. It's 472,000 pounds lifetime milk production.
Almost 500,000 pounds of milk.
Yeah, so
and that's
enough,
just 10 years.
Enough for 593,120 scoops of ice cream from this one cow on the Mason farm. It's really amazing. Makes me so glad to live in Cecil County. All these wonderful things.
Well, it's a very positive thing, and that means that they take they take very good care of their cows. I mean, cows are an animal that we use to produce food. And that's and the more food that one cow can produce, the more sustainable a dairy becomes. Mm-hmm. And so the Masons and the cow especially should be congratulated.
Yeah. So best wishes to the Mason farm and dairy cow Croom View Charles 3044. A beautiful name.
A charming name.
And then one more thing, also kind of with roots in Cecil County, our own county councilman Al Miller has a project picking up food scraps from our schools.
Right.
And then we also have Senator Jason Gallion and Emily Shetty have introduced some legislation about food waste.
Yes, it's a bipartisan effort, which apparently you don't see very much of. So Jason is a Republican, and he's also a farmer in Harford County, but he represents Cecil County too. And Senator Shetley is a Democrat from Montgomery County. So that's an urban senator and a rural senator coming together to try to help with this problem that of trying to find a good way to use food waste. And so at our particular farm, we have a methane digester, which we use cow manure and food waste to create renewable energy. And so what Jason is trying to do is to try to make it easier for other farmers and easier for instance, the school systems in all counties in Maryland to come together to try to make this a resource that helps everybody. And so we end up making compost from some of our solids after we do methane digestion, and we turn that into compost that we sell to Scott's, which has a composting unit in Oxford. And so they bag it, and you end up with it on your lawn. Mm-hmm. So all this stuff that would just be going to the landfill, plugging up the landfill, can be used for as a better resource.
So keep an eye out for House Bill 253 and Senate Bill 262, sponsored by Senator Gallion and Emily Shetty, to kind of offer some incentive for farmers to compost on their land.
So this is, it's got to be good. And so trying to bring you up to date on what the Land Trust is doing, and really want you to get out and cycle if you can. And so we hope for a good. We've usually had good days, and so that helps. And it's the camaraderie. We get a lot of bike clubs from say the Baltimore area and the Wilmington area come out, and it's a great day for everyone.
Yeah, we'll cross our fingers for good weather. So again, it's April 22nd. Starting between 8 and 9:30 a.m. at the Fairgrounds Entrance 2. And you can go to www.cecillandtrust.org to find out more information. Anything else you'd like to mention?
Well, thank you for Cecil TV taking an interest in what we're doing, and we really appreciate it. It's a good community effort.
We appreciate you coming on and sharing all this news with us. So thank you for being here.
Okay, thank you.